I remember that.
There we go. There we go. Hello, everybody. I forget if it actually just mutes me during the duration of that. But we're back, everybody. We're back. We got a two for this time around for My Hero Academia Manga Chapter Reads. We missed like a week, but we're here with the new chapters 404 and 405. And I'm here with Mark.
Hey.
And Mark, there's something that we always do before every new manga chapter. What would that be? Oh, jeez.
Recap episode!
I'm okay. We're here. It's the recap episode.
Sorry.
Nah, it's okay. I like the bit. Sometimes you have to commit to the bit.
If it wasn't for the fact that I live with my family, that I wouldn't have to, be a little more quiet.
If it weren't for that fact, then I wouldn't be wearing these restraints.
I wouldn't be held back.
Finally, I can move freely. Okay, Rock Lee.
Takes off weighted shirt, cracks the floor.
Oh my god. Every Dragon Ball character. Early Dragon Ball Z.
I was just say, at least up until the Frieza saga, that's about it.
Then they were like, yeah, we can't really wear any more weighted stuff at that point.
Well, there was only one more time. That was probably on when the South Kai visited King Kai and Goku was training with them on. They made him like 10 tons on 1 ton on each of his hands and feet.
Oh, yeah.
It's probably the only other time I could think of.
Yeah,
which is nuts.
Yeah.
Think about that. That's 10 tons on your hands and feet. That's 10 ton weight on each. That's 40 tons.
It's a lot. It's
That's 1 ton is 2,000 pounds. So if we take 2,000 and multiply it by.
Oh my god.
So that's
I
20,000 pounds each. So he's fighting with 80,000 pounds divided between his hands and feet. That's nuts. Maybe we'll dabble in some death battle statistics. Who knows?
I'll leave it to them to do that, so they can take the brunt of the farce.
It can be kind of fun when you do it. Really,
it can be for sure. I ain't gonna deny that. So anyway, we got the recap episode over here. That was interesting, Mark. Thank you.
No problem.
We got just real quick. We got Small Might, like Baby Might. Think back about his childhood and how it wasn't really like fantastical up until the point where he got his powers. But a lot of imagery, a lot of metaphors here about like the path he's taken and how it's influenced people along the way. Essentially, his his explosion like quirk implementation was not going to work in this case. He got pierced there. All for One used the stain quirk ability because he absorbed that, and now like All Might is just limp and like powerless, and it's just like everyone's concern. You see like Swolnaya and the rest of the squad. I'm now getting congestion now. That sucks, but they get taken down real quick. But yeah, so nothing's working there. So Deku's starting to stress out quite a bit, and then in the far back, you see this silhouette coming out of the smoke, and it's Bakugo. He doesn't look all that great right now, obviously.
It's him.
It's a he's him moment. As it shows that like but yeah, you can see that his quirk is already like activating right now. As it shows like one of the paths taken and for All Might leads to Bakugo and Deku respectively picking up like little pieces, and that was represented by the All Might card. So nice. And now we jump into what was the new chapter 404, but we didn't really get to cover it until now.
Double feature.
It's a double feature this time. Yeah, we were kind of I was kind of busy with TwitchCon, so it didn't really quite work out. This congestion is killing me, dude.
You're gonna say your allergies bothering you?
It's not allergies. It's like
It's
it's
just how I live.
it's how I live. It's like build up mucus like in the wrong like tube. It's
Here
like
I say you need to clean yourself out.
usually that helps with like hot tea usually helps big time.
Yeah, because the hotter liquid will make your mucus thinner.
I but I like when we were recording when we were talking, I only woke up an hour ago and I spent that time just cleaning because if I didn't do it then,
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't do it anywhere within the day. Um
Waking up a little late.
kinda. Yeah, it's kind of a problem on the weekends. Um
Oh,
sorry guys, I didn't mean to like hold this back from the chapters here.
the
Um
title of this chapter.
yeah, oh no. Oh, that's bad. That's bad. Anyway, let me just read the first like top panel then. Continue down this path. It's that flashback with Night Eye. Uh, and you will encounter a villain. You'll encounter a villain. What awaits you then is an unspeakable, gruesome death. And then it goes to number 404. We love you, All Might. And the next panel is literally like everyone like just so giddy about holding up this guy.
She's like, "Ee!"
All Might
This
just
is.
motionless.
I'm telling you, this stance just reminds me of that scene from Black Panther.
Yeah. Yeah. I see that. Also for me, like I think about the Dark Knight and how like
Oh yeah, breaking Batman's back.
yeah. Oh no. Like word for word, this is just like from like Legend of Zelda Wind Waker when you pierce Ganon and he's like, "Oh, the wind is blowing," and then he turns to stone. I don't know why he does, but he does.
He went stone mode.
He got sturdy.
He used Harden.
Yeah, All Might says the same thing. The wind is blowing. Just see waves and the like little bits of leaves just like right above the surface there. Oh geez. I go to the next page and it's like literally like a whole like 2-page spread
You say that's a spread.
of like I guess it's just to show like the wide scape of like from Bakugo's like perspective, or at least like a shot like further out to Bakugo being the closest person. But let me just go back to the beginning here. The top right panel, well, the following panel for this page. Maybe I'll bake a pie today. It's just some guy just working out the field. He's got his dog right next to him, but they're just like somewhere else.
A bunch of
Um,
sheep.
I think it's just different shots of people just kind of living the day to day, whether they're like observing what's going on or they're just kind of mind their own business. So someone's probably jogging over there or like doing some boxing here and there. Someone's on his computer. You don't know what like he's like watching. There's some people at the office right here. Forget that all far off danger. Focus on today's deadline, people. So at least they're aware of that. Another shot of someone like grasping their hands together, probably praying. Um, I think I recognize her, but yeah, she's
Weather lady.
yeah. The atmospheric current's odd, she says, and that's when we get the widespread panel. Uh, this is really sick. I hope we can actually like see this like animated. Bakugo. You just see a wave of just well everything. Everything's just kind of like I don't even know how to describe it. It's building debris,
There's air
water.
pressure.
That too. We cut back to meanwhile with everybody else. Go back to the girl again. Myrtle, or Meryl. That little on-air son of yours is already all over the internet. It may ride east on the jet stream as the announcement and affect the weather in North America. Go back to that person, possibly trading, maybe hoping, maybe just watching. We have this dog person who's actually watching the news right now, watching All Might actually. Martin, food's on the table. But he's not moving. All Might, don't die on us. We cut back to Bakugo looking down. Midoriya just like noticed him and he's looking his way. It goes to the next page. And I'll probably stop at like the very end of these like 2 pages here. Um, we have Oliver Shiki. He's just like he notices that too. Well, I guess that's kind of weird. I think he notices like Deku, but doesn't even know what's happening like in the next split second as Bakugo charges straight in. So let me see what's going on here.
That's sick. Woo-hoo-hoo.
Oh my god.
Dude, this animated sheesh.
Oh, I see what. Okay, I was like, what the hell is happening?
Oh, I can see what's happening.
This is crazy because essentially, yeah, like okay, so Deku-san reaches out and immediately like Bako like
Bam.
reaches and like grasps it. You may have seen this maneuver from like one of the Two Heroes movie. Again, just like an
Yep.
exchange of eyes, but nothing being spoken.
It's like it's that it's that nod. Right, yep, we know what to do.
Mm-hmm. We go back to the second user. He's like, "Boy, boy."
Boy.
Deku. Oh, sorry. You okay? You continue.
I got you. We're in Izuku's monologue right now.
Yeah.
But I don't think this is Izuku, actually. I think this is the second that we're hearing. Because the second is the one who said, boy. But now we see this right here. There's no escaping the blowback if you activate gear shift again. It must be after you've found the assured path to victory. And he's starting to see All Might's
Oh no.
message just a little bit more. And then he said, actually, it almost looks like it might be disappearing. And then we see the second's just like looks at that and then kind of winces his eyes a little bit, like closing them a bit. Kind of like, ugh. Then we see Izuku winding up the pitch. And we see Bakugo causing so much explosions as he's going.
Oh yeah.
The second's gear shift. We see Izuku looking forward. Bakugo's ready. We see him charging the explosions in his hand.
Oh my.
Boom! He launched him like a fucking cannon. Like, okay, next page. I'm pretty sure this man just broke the sound barrier.
Oh yeah.
Shigaraki, you won't make it in time. But you know that, don't you? We see Izuku right here. The all might within you. We see this we see this in the Vestige world. It's like not much, just some embers. Always used to show up all faint and fuzzy because he was still alive, yeah? Now we see more clear All Might. Now he's looking more solid. Really taking form. You know what that means. We see another thing, a close-up of Shigaraki. The man showed the world a dream, and with his death, the dream is over. Back to harsh reality. We see Bakugo, and we see him. We see him. He's looking straight at All for One and All Might. He's holding him. Bakugo's got more explosions going on. Izuku's looking forward. We see Izuku just giving this face of the leaves coming by. We see the hands praying. It's someone's clenched fist. Someone's deep exhalation as we see someone else praying. I wanted to prevent the future in which you get killed. As we see Sir Night-Eye.
Oh no.
I searched for a way to change things. It's a sort of energy. I believe that now. Energy from striving for a certain future. So this is Night-Eye saying this. Energy from wishing. Then we see this right here. Can the flap... We see the weather lady, and we hear this. Can the flap of a butterfly's wings in Brazil bring about a hurricane in Texas? We see Bakugo closing in. Oh!
Oh my god.
You're up.
Oh my god. This is a big panel. This is a big panel. Everyone's wishes. It even includes Melissa. But it's not just her. Everyone's praying. Everyone we've like cut towards. It even shows like the cameras continuing that big manga panels as it shows like Bakugo closing in. Someone's prayers. They
It's
say.
like everyone is like, come on!
You got way stronger. You got All Might to recognize you, said Bakugo. Those explosions in his eyes are starting to sharpen up a little bit. He's focused. So why was it me who put an end to All Might? That's what he said. Next page. Got him, boy!
Bro, he got him and took off his arms.
That was sick. He made it. He made it in time. Grabbed All Might, exploded those two other hands in the process.
Bakugo, let's go.
And in that moment, the vestige still remains just like a vestige.
It remains still eerie, so it's not as solid as it was, so this means the future has been changed.
We have All Might. He's like, Bakugo, kid!
Basically, Bakugo, shonen.
And then All For One just like turns. And Bakugo just like, for as silent as he's been, finally says this, time to win this!
No, time to win this!
That was sick.
Woo!
Woo! Woo! And the best part is that we don't have to stop there. We got another chapter right here.
Yep, and they're taking a break after this, after this one.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
So we have the next one in 14 days after chapter 405.
Got you. Yeah, but this is crazy. So now we're in 405. We get that we get like a page of what was it? We got All Might, All for Shiki, All for One, Deku, and there's Bakugo after he said his words. Oh no. And we already get sentimental already.
Sir Night-Eye.
Yeah, it's Sir Night-Eye. So this isn't when it was supposed to happen. Wait, so this isn't when it was supposed to happen, Night-Eye? That was All Might? No, it was All Might. Pretty much reassuring him, like, no, that was actually when you were supposed to get got.
He said, like, you should be dead right now, is what he said.
This was where your dream died. Number 405, the final boss, in 2 exclamation points. Fate was reshaped, you see. It's true that the dream did die here. Shows that, like, that eerie look from, like, All Might while he was about to, like, end both him and, like, All For One. And shows the time that he had begged, Deku's mom about, just looking after him. Your promise is intact. But everyone knows the old master is meant to die after passing the torch. You read too many comic books, Yoshinori Yagi. This is what I'm making my own hallucinations say. You are a hero, but you're also human. You can't possibly die so readily. As we just go to a panel of just like, it was pretty much that shot of like Bakugo like rushing in, similar to that one.
Just boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, I'll take these 2 pages here.
You go.
Okay. People are just looking at this like, what? And yeah, the boom, 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 boom. Just to continue that going. A blasting quirk? Kids are saying. I think I remember that guy with the horns up front. That might be a different person. But yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I love these shots. There's small panels of people just watching this.
All live.
All live. I think that that guy who looks, yeah, that's the guy
for Endeavor.
Yeah, isn't that him, the one the league kidnapped? They both hit like the roof of some like building. What was his name again? They tied him up at the sports festival. Yeah, they did. And they hit
the kid from the movie.
Yeah. Yeah, they're like skipping the pond, so to speak, on that building. Yeah, those kids from like, from Two Heroes. Yeah, oh no, actually no,
not Rhodey siblings. Blah, 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 blah. It's the other two. The one from Two Heroes. You're right. The one that can do
Yeah,
cellular stimulation.
simulation. The other one can do like kind of like a mirage projection. Yeah, they recognize Bakugo. They made a canon. Uh ah. So that means wait a minute. We'll talk about that later. But like I was like, wait a minute. That means. But yeah, we have All
If you
Might.
want to, you can.
Anyway, little tiny explosions, right? Bakugo's just like,
Hold on, give me 1 second.
okay, gotcha. Here, guys, I will go ahead and realize that I don't actually have like a pause record right now.
Can I just say how much I love this panel of Bakugo?
Oh, which one?
The one of him just standing guarding All Might in this.
Oh yeah, okay, gotcha.
That looks so sick.
Mm. Bro's glowing. I mean, granted, that's the illustration of like the manga, but still. Okay, going to Bakugo, he's like, or sorry, All Might. Bakugo, kid, are you okay? And without a pause, Bakugo's like, that's my line. You banged up bag of bones. Coughed off a lot of blood on that one.
I guess I'm taking these.
Oh yeah. Go ahead.
I didn't think this would happen. Here we are. We see Bakugo cough up a little bit, and we see her. He sees another thing from inside of Bakugo. I
Bro.
believe it's my line as well. We see Edge Shot come out. Edge Shot is what All Might says. He's like, Edge Shot? This is Edge Shot. I forced you to expel the pooled blood within. That should grant you some relief. He thuds to the ground all small.
Yeah, he pretty much like snips off like a part of himself now that like the sewing's been kind of done.
Your marred organs and broken bones. I used my own body to mend them with the bowline knots, courtesy of the hidden Hakamata style. Those repairs will not come unraveled. We see a zoom in on him. Yet every breath you take will inflict hellish agony. Your body demands not action, but rest. We see Bakugo's like throbbing right there in his chest, and then we see him say, yeah, I got it. Thanks for bringing me back, senpai." And we see Idshot saying, "I only held you together."
Oh no.
We see this.
Hmm.
Despite my success in forcibly restarting his heart and lungs, we see the inside of Bakugo right there. The spark of life would not return. My Nimpo thousand sheet pierced zenith is a transformation that eats away at my very life force. We see him looking through Bakugo's body at a point beyond my limits, as I was forced to weigh my own life against Bakugo's. I saw it rushing through his bloodstream. None other than it looks like a bead of sweat.
Hmm.
Something produced by Bakugo's body moments before his death. A tiny bead of sweat. The big boom.
Yeah.
I guess there was a tiny explosion in his heart.
Yeah, like something to kickstart it.
Yeah, something to kickstart like into beating, kind of like an electric shock.
Yeah.
The concussive force, I'd assume. I only held you together. What brought you back was the power you've honed. We see All Might looking at Bakugo's arm. We see Bakugo. Anyway, I assumed you'd be tangling with All for One. But who's the glowing runt I'm about to destroy?
Hmm.
We see All Might. Right, the first time. Kid, that is All for One. Your arm, please. He's like, huh? And we see this won't we see Bakugo's looking at him and All Might says, "This won't do its original job anymore, but it can still serve as a brace." Great explosion, murder god. And you see the
Oh my
tech come
god.
off of we see the tech come off of All Might's arm onto Bakugo's dynamite.
Hmm.
I wish I could give you more. As we see him collapse, and we see Bakugo smile. That smile,
Earnestly smiling.
dude! I've never seen this man so pissed.
Hmm.
Look at those veins in his forehead. He looks like
Bros.
that kid. He looks like that kid from the meme. We
That
see
that's big brain Sheen.
we see all for one, kid all for one, and he has got veins like no other. He is pissed.
Hmm.
Just zoom zoom. He's like looking at them. He turns back. No, that can wait. After coming this far, one for all, and my brother will be mine. That requires an uncompromised hijacking of Tamura's all too powerful will. I'll have to grant him my quirk and me with it. If only the me within him already could have wrested away the reins, as we see the him
Yeah,
swallowing the goop.
the goop.
Oh, how it boils the blood! How can it be? As we see Best Jeanist, we see Edgeshot, we see Muriko, we see Nejire, Sun Eater,
Even Miria.
Miria.
Yeah, that's funny.
You're up.
So what was he saying? Ah, it boils the blood. How can it be that the gears have gone so awry? And it shows like everyone. Dude, it shows like Endeavor, a bit of Hawks. Uh, I mean like Jiro. I think that's yeah. I was good. It's kind of hard to tell, but it's like that's Tokiyami. Um, the guys from Jujutsu High, right? Let's
Yeah,
see.
I think it's Inasa and Kami.
Oh yes, yes. And then we have Mount Lady. We also have like at the very bottom's our dude.
And on the top is Jugento Makia.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's true. Dude, even Minetta's here too. To All
Yep.
Might, and it just shows it. It cuts back to like All for One, and he's like, obviously he's still got his teeth gritted, but it's like he's not pleased at all. And Bako proclaims, "I'm the final boss, All for One,"
I wanted you to see this so much.
and like at an instant, like bro, I'm like, wait a minute, like where did Bakugo go? He was still at the ceiling.
Oh, he's there now, boy. He's there now.
He's just there. The wind was
Dude,
meant to blow me away. I think that was All
he's
Might.
got his he's got his hand on All for One's face right now. Oh shit.
Yeah, he's got his hands on him, and all of a sudden you see like a little tiny like memory of like the second user as it cuts to all for one, and then in just an instant like you just have like this almost cataclysmic like falling star effect of an
Boom.
explosion. And here's
That man just
Bak
got blasted.
Bakugo proclaims more like once more, one for all couldn't keep you in the ground, but we'll finish the job and then some. To be continued.
Woo!
Ooh, he was there with the quickness.
Bro, this might be one of the best Bakugo moments.
Mm,
Like, I liked this shit. It was very humbling and also very hype
yes.
because I like seeing the smile. We hardly ever see Bakugo have a genuine smile. So get to see him like just have that smile, see him being a hero. Because like,
Yeah.
can I just say again? I think that Bakugo arguably has probably had some of the best character development in the entire series.
Mm-hmm.
I think every character's been great for the most part, and I think, but with Bakugo, Bakugo, he's like one of those characters that has truly like gone through a character arc from the very beginning to where he's at now.
Mm-hmm.
Woo!
You also think back at like I think he even mentioned it too. Well, actually, no, I think that was from the previous chapter. The fact is that like going back to like the time that he found out about the quirk, he found out about the powers, and he challenged like Deku. because he felt like he was responsible and he needed to make amends, and he also needed to like pull out all his frustration. And that was when All Might told both of them that's like, both of you need to train yourselves to be heroes that both win and save everyone. He did just both. Boy just did both. So it's like, whoa, crazy. And also the fact that Edgeshot also like pumps that up or like backs that up too. And the fact that like, yeah, no, like I definitely helped like put things together, but like you were still dead, but it was like what you've been like doing since then, like compressing like your explosions.
Basically, like
It,
he's saying, it's all the power that you've had. It's the power that you've had your entire life and honed to its utmost peak. That is what saved your life in the end.
yeah. So essentially, it was all you still.
He's like, I helped, but in the end, what really did it was you.
And I think that just kind of helps like Bako's character as far as like his like image on like just the grand scale of like every single person who just like breathes the series. Bako is, no, I shouldn't say the side character. He's honestly just like a protagonist too.
What do
And
they
he's
call it? What do they call it? Like, there's always there's the protagonist. What do they call it? Is it called the duo, something like that?
mm,
It's like I think it's duotagonist, or it's like because Bakugo technically is like the second main character
mm,
in the sense of the main, because the cat. I guess you could argue that Class 1A itself is also the mains of the series.
yeah,
Obviously, Izuku is our main protagonist,
yeah,
but Bakugo, I feel like he is definitely like you could say he's a side character, but he's a very, very important side character.
yeah. At the very least, and I just feel like considering the fact that this is like kind of Deku's story because of how like he's sent around everything, and the fact is that like they kind of like really set Bakugo up to like have this like path of like you are literally gonna have like you had like what it takes to be like a great hero at the very beginning, but all of a sudden someone's catching up far beyond you, challenging like the existing morals and ideas that you have, and now we've broken you down to the very bottom to the point where like it feels like, well, he's still won against that fight with like Deku, sure, but
He has
otherwise
still won each time they have fought. He has still won.
still won. So that showed a lot more potential, but now just like now at the very end of it, it just kind of shows like even with like all the, I mean, granted he was still written out. This is all still like written out by the author, but the fact is that he made it here like as a character on his own without like any like assisted powers with his one quirk. With his, granted, it's a really powerful quirk, but like he honed in on that, similar to like Mirio's quirk, just to draw parallels.
Yeah, it's
You
like
know.
any quirk can be overpowered if you train it hard enough.
Mm-hmm.
It's like something even that you think would be very minuscule, like you don't know the applications it could have if you train it.
Yeah. So in all of a sense, all of this just to build up to the fact that like Bakugo got here on his own. So that, I mean, obviously he had some help here and there, but like he made it here.
Yeah,
So
it's like, well, yes, you've been getting help, but the thing that saved your very life was the very power that you were born with, that you honed your entire life.
hmm and that's my takeaway from like this chapter is just that like he's made it this far, and like all like kudos go to him for that. And now
And now
like
we get to wait
obviously,
2 weeks.
yeah, we have to wait 2 weeks, but like obviously they might want to do something with like All For One still in this form and say he might just be a glowing. He might just be the glowing baby at this point.
You'll be the glowing baby.
Like at the end, like little crater, and you just see little glowing baby.
I mean, at that point, would he still even maintain would he still have his mentality at that point?
That's yeah. I would probably say no.
As you say, when you're baby, I feel like you don't have much else to go after that.
Yeah, after that, you're just kind of like, bleh. And Bako, without any hesitation whatsoever, ends this baby's life. No, I don't.
Baku said, "Fuck them kids."
Hey, Katsu,
Boom.
the frame vibration.
Oh my god.
But no, like unless they like want to dive into that, you could just pretty much say like, oh, All for One's gone.
Yeah, after that blow up, like Bakugo, whoa, that was he got hit by something real hard right there.
Yeah, no, I want to get behind Bakugo. He's the final boss. He's the final boss.
Like,
But
if anything, if all for one isn't dead, it's definitely over.
it's definitely just he's baby, and that's it.
Because each time he's injured severely, he shrinks in age again.
So, I mean, he could be the size of like oh, it's kind of tough to say at this point.
I mean, right now he's probably like what, like middle school?
Yeah, probably middle school. So he might just be like kid size. Like he could just be the age of like Deku and Bakugo, and insert any other like child character at that point. Like
Maybe just a little bit younger.
yeah, and all of a sudden it's like it's kind of weird because like I don't know, just seeing that versus like the panels we've seen of like Kid Deku and Kid Bakugo. Like yeah, that'd be interesting to see. But otherwise, yeah, that explosion. I think that's more than your average explosion.
Oh no, that's whoo. That was he put a whole lot behind that one.
That's a howitzer. That's like
That's not a howitzer, bro. That was a fucking Gauss gun. That was no howitzer, bro. That was a fucking like, you know those battleships that have like those gigantic like 16-inch guns.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's that shit. He just fucking obliterated his ass.
Mm.
Like that. I'm trying to think. Even that might not be enough. That blast was huge.
Yeah, it might just revert him back a little bit more, like even further to a kid at that point, because Baku did say like we'll finish the job and then some. So
Proceeds to Vegeta blast him.
yeah, but yeah, it looks like Headshot made it out of that. Like it didn't really.
I don't know if he's alive or
He
like,
had one less like he had one less line to him though. At
I
the
know,
very
like
least.
he's still. I'm wondering if he'll live from this or not.
And at what point was he gonna look like? I think he might just be like that.
Tiny boy.
Tiny thing of string.
He's tiny boy.
And who's gonna make me go? You with your bit of string in hand.
You and your bit of string in hand.
Crazy. Also seeing the kids. I want to talk about that. Wait a minute. So that means the one for all power did get passed to him temporarily.
Possibly. Like I said, the explanation that I could see for that would be that it wasn't. I could say that maybe it was just the will. You could argue because it's clear to see that the quirk does have a will.
It does, yes.
As we saw, especially with when Shinzo tried to get Izuku to walk out.
Yeah, from the very beginning. That's how he even like knew about like the different like.
So that's why I say like it's not so much cop out as much as it is just even plainer showing that this is a quirk that is clearly different from other quirks and it has a mind of its own.
Yeah. So in that
Somewhat.
case, to a certain extent, in that point, like even I was gonna say even All Might couldn't really describe it. Moreover, it was just like a miracle where it was one of those situations where both wishes for Bakugo and Deku at that time of the movie were intertwined, and so the idea to pass the power down, well, for the sake of being able to like rush this one dude down.
Yeah, nines.
Yeah. But then it would then like retreat back. Yeah, that was yeah, I would have to like look further into that, but I guess
mean,
yeah,
that was supposed to, according to Horikoshi, that was supposed to be the original ending.
right, but they had to be reworked to make it so that Deku could still retain it, so they can continue the series. So
yeah, like two heroes was supposed to be the ending, and honestly, probably still is the best for the movies.
I mean, they said it's the original. Well, they still have a little bit of time left here. I'm not gonna like try to put that out in the energy. I'm gonna just keep it rather contained. But I was thinking, I mean, if worst comes to worst, and there's somehow a merging of like Shigaraki and like Off One like legitimately, and they do become the big bag, and Deku still can't do it, and Baku's still there with them. Granted, it would be really dope for them to fight like with our own powers at that point. But what if, Deku does like pull in that ace card saying like, "Hey, share a little bit here with me. Let's," and then Bakugo melts mountains.
That shit was wild.
But yeah, like what I'm saying is that like there is a possibility that they might want to try to like write that in there.
We'll see.
But yeah, we'll see. I don't think that's what they'll ultimately do, but there's always a chance there too. But yeah, that was a quick tangent from the movie. But I'm glad they got the show up again. That means all the movies are canon, all of them.
Yep. Because he has worked all of the movies in.
Yeah. Wasn't there gonna be no? There wasn't gonna be another movie that's a spinoff. I think it was just like kind of a showcasing of what.
There's
Wait,
another
was
movie
it?
coming up.
Yeah, there is, but as far as like what's supposed to cover, I think it's supposed to be just like the war, unless
It's supposed to be a post-apocalyptic setting.
yeah. So is it like? I mean, could they even fit in another like story into all that, or is it just going to be like kind of like the sequence of events happening right now, just made into a
I
movie?
mean, it could be. I mean, for all we know, it could be an in between, or it could be a thing we see off screen from the Dark Deku arc.
Oh, interesting. Not the Dark Deku arc.
Yeah, because we don't exactly know what the others were doing during that time.
Oh, I thought it was going to be focusing on like use the Dark Knight theme. Show Deku.
Maybe. I mean, we'll have to see.
I mean, that'd be kind of dope, but also like that would destroy Deku's character. But okay, all right. I think we're good. So as you were saying, we have like a big old like 2 week break. Or
Take your break, Horikoshi. You deserve
yeah,
it.
yeah. So we'll be back roughly as I try to get the actual days here. 14 days. So gotcha. So we probably won't be coming back to this until like like the 5th. Oh wow, actually that's well no, sorry, the 12th. Yeah,
So
all
it's
right.
gonna be a little. It's gonna be a little bit.
Yeah. All right. I guess that's pretty much everything. Mark, is there anything else you want to add before you wrap up on the manga read this time
I
around?
think we got it all.
Okay. All right, guys. We'll go ahead and end it here. So, thank you guys so much for tuning in for this one. And yeah, I guess we'll see you guys in the next chapter, which would be 406. So, till then, take care, everybody. And hashtag bye, everyone.